system is not that difficult.
Hey, Ridley here, reporting in from Nashua, New Hampshire.
You can see it's on the CD. We'll see if it'll work on your computer.
Okay, the CDs are the burn?
Yep. Yeah.
This is super activist James Schmill of Keene. James is a military veteran, an Iraq War veteran who moved to New Hampshire from Texas roughly a year and a half ago.
This thing?
Okay, what you want to do is close this window.
He's a free stater.
Alright.
That means he moved to New Hampshire for more freedom. At the moment, James is attempting to help another free stater transfer some gun images that they shot for each other. So James, why did you try to escape, I guess the way you could put it, escape or get out of Texas? And of course you have roots in Arkansas too, but you moved from Texas. Why did you want to get out of there and come to New Hampshire?
Well, the main reason I was leaving Texas is because my term of service in the U.S. Army was over with, so I wanted to get the hell away from that as fast as I could. But the second main reason is because of the Free State Project, which I learned about by listening to the podcast for Free Talk Live in 2005. And I realized that there were people that had ideas that were similar to ideas that I had sort of boiling in the back of my brain, but didn't exactly have down in concrete words. And so I realized that there were people out there that realized that the government and the way that America and most of the world was being run by politicians and government was better than it could be, you know, compared to like medieval times, but it's not great. And so I realized that if I didn't move up here and try and participate in something that could have real change for more freedoms and more liberties and more general world happiness in the end, you know, I would be beating myself up every day watching awesome videos like Dave Ridley's, you know, Ridley Report. If I wasn't in New Hampshire, because the whole time that I was in Iraq, I was listening to the great stuff that people were doing, the fun that they were having, the progress that they were making, and it just made me want to come up here and be a part of it that much more.
What has it brought you? What have you gotten out of moving to New Hampshire, James?
What I have gotten is a great sense of community and a sense of hope. Before I realized that there was a Free State Project, generally my outlook in the world was pretty dim. Being in, you know, 2 wars in the Middle East and the military and everything that was going on after 9/11 really kind of gets you down. And then I realized that there are people out there that are trying to help. And then I've also made great friends with people. I am not a people person per se, but I have met more people and made more friends here in the almost, you know, almost a year that I've been here, and than I ever have before. And it's great. You know, it's like a big family, and a lot of people I'm sure have said that to Dave in all of his videos, if he's gotten any other interviews other than me, which I'm sure he has. But you know, it's a great sense of family, and we're trying to accomplish something, and we have a goal, and it's just, you know, it's hope for the future.
From a professional standpoint, how have you found, you know, the issue of getting work and being able to stay busy, prosperous in New Hampshire?
I really did not move to New Hampshire with any concrete plans. I found an apartment the day before I drove up, and when I got here, I just joined a staffing agency, and they found me a job while I attended college online using my GI Bill. It wasn't too difficult for me because I'm young and I really didn't care what I got for work. You know, as far as like looking for a job, I really had no plans.
Do you think you got any kind of economic advantages from moving to New Hampshire?
Absolutely. When I was living in where I grew up, Arkansas, obviously I had to pay state income taxes. I had to pay a sales tax. There were many, many other taxes, and when I moved to New Hampshire, most of those disappeared for me. There is still a bit of a sales tax problem in this state, but we're working on getting rid of that. And as far as a place to live, New Hampshire is probably the most beautiful state that I have ever been in.
Yeah, and I'd like to clarify, there's no general sales tax. There's just some specific sales tax on
Right.
certain items. What kind of activism are you most oriented toward, James?
Mostly sort of the civil disobedience vein of activism, but I also like to participate in a few politics-related activisms. I'm sort of middle of the road. There are people that, you know, love their politics or hate them so much that they want to be in politics, and then there are people that abhor politics so much that they want absolutely nothing to do with it, the out-of-the-system people. And I'm sort of in between, because I feel that anything that I can use to reduce government power, I will use. And, you know, apart from obviously killing someone or something insane like that.
What is the connection? You were telling me you've had some experience where the kinds of activism that you do have actually led to work. Is that correct?
Yes, I forgot to mention that also another form of activism is, as a hobby, I do photography. And I have just essentially, anytime anything happens, like here at the Liberty Forum, I just carry my camera and I take pictures of whatever I think would make interesting photography. And several events I have done, like the New Hampshire UN flag burn and the Thanksgiving and the Christmas parties, I did some pictures of that and people really enjoyed it. And also a couple of other people have sort of found out that I like to do design work on the computer just as a hobby also. And an interesting thing of that is, after doing a couple of projects just for my own benefit and amusement, you know, because I enjoy it, people actually have come to me now offering actually to pay me to do design work, and I find that very flattering because I'm not a professional in any way. I'm completely self-taught, but apparently they've seen something in me that they would like to use.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot, James.
No problem, Dave. It's been great. You have a great time here at the New Hampshire Liberty Forum, and I'll see you around.